Why did it pop that up right now? All right, so right as soon as I got on this, something said monitors, blah, 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 blah. So here's some treasures from the shed that I found today, starting off with the biggest thing. Well, not the biggest. The AT-AT was probably the biggest. Just the biggest thing in this box, or on this box, because it wouldn't fit in the box and I didn't want it to. This is a Garfield phone, except I don't know where the receiver part is. This is the base part. When you, he closes his eyes when you, how do you hang up? I can't remember how to hang up on an old phone. So there you go. When you hang up the phone, his eyes close. All right, but it's really old. So that's, I had two different Garfield phones. I had one of those for, the sit-down type back in the day before the cell phones came out. Okay, I'm not going to go through everything in here, but I'm going to go through the most important stuff, and I will probably go over it again and again for a few people that pop on, because I wanted to show something very exciting. Not this, but there's something even more exciting in here. This is cool. All right, back in the day, there was Bill and Ted's cereal. Bill and Ted's excellent cereal. Unfortunately, this came off, but that's an easy glue back on. These used to hold audio cassettes, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were meant for. So 1990, I love Bill and Ted so much. I still do. All right. So in case you're watching this video later, in case somebody actually watch these videos. I wonder. All right, I was hoping to find the rest of this robot, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. This was for a year or so in Japan. They didn't make Transformers for the first time ever. So they had to do something to make transforming robots because, golly gee, we can't just have no Transformers. There was a series, and I forgot the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. This was a train that was like their Optimus Prime. And I wish they did bring it to America as the Transformers. Kill me. All right. No, it was just that one guy was the train. The other ones turned from like cars into whatever. This is another piece from it. I forgot what it was called. It was some kind of... I can't think of it. Well, where's the most exciting thing at? It was on the... I put it on this side, so it must be the other side. I couldn't find his other leg. I was really disappointed. I went through about several crates today, just going through and sifting stuff. This guy it's pretty cool. They always seem to have their legs pop off real easy. I think they're called Redikai or something like that. They have these little slides you put in their back, and then they have projectors that shine light. And of course, the battery's dead. There's one that looks like Bug for the Micronauts, and he was my Bug for the longest time. Now, if you are a 1/18 scale person, this is called Motion Revive Series, MRS. This is Saga 3. I don't have the figure in there. But I think I thought they were Micronaut figures or Micro Man figures. Here is some Gundam parts. Here is a box. I just need to put the information on my computer because I might find this figure. I love these small figures. I know I had him. The Trunks. 66 millimeter figures. Love the 66 millimeter figures. All right, there's going to be some speculation here, and I hope somebody does watch this that's very knowledgeable about toys, because I would love to know. Ooh, here's a $20 bill. Psych. Aww. I love these tracks. If nothing else, people enjoy just having them because after they get disappointed, they go, it's kind of cool, man. I found one of the things that I found today. I just hope I hope it's like the plastic bag's still sealed. This is my childhood toy called Shield from Super Joe's. Now, if I can get his body, this thing wraps around a body. I think I might try this with my one of my figures, because you could pop the head off of the Super Joe's that they currently make. Now, unfortunately, his body parts, I'm trying to say fell apart at the same time. Yeah, unfortunately, because they had this weird connection stuff. Oh, yeah, the arm. How am I going to get that arm on a Super Joe? I want to get a Super Joe body. All you got to do is just put this on a Super Joe body, I'm pretty sure. But you'd have to get the shield on there, too. The Captain America throws his mighty shield. All right, so... Oh, crap, it is coming out. Oh, yeah. I just realized that. Man. Can't believe that. That's terrible. Okay. So the dust inside is coming out. I wish I'd have known that before I started flicking it around for a while. All right, this is a base to a 9 or 12-inch Star Trek First Contact figure. This just looks freaking cool. It's got the hand things like I personally like. Here's some red booty shorts, probably from Big Jim, I'm guessing, or Little Jim. Beast Boy. All right, so remember back in the day we had candy. It was like in some parody containers that were drink sodas. Instead of Crush, we had Crash soda. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Let me start separating the stuff out that I'm going to show in this particular video. I have my dark on in here too, but if it's going to crumble, I don't want to show it off in the bag. But here's dark on, so let me take him out carefully. Here is my dark on figure. Now, there was a bunch of crumbly stuff in the boxes, one of the boxes. I thought it was something, and you'll see one of my videos, hopefully, where it was pleather that was falling apart. Now, I can tell you where some of these pieces come from. Like, this came from a Kiss figure. I think it was Psycho Circus, and it may have been the Chris figure from Kiss. This is from a Mediacom. It's like a G.I. Joe that you could put a robot suit on it. And it was from the Getter Robo 1. Dragon is what we call him in America for Shogun Warriors. This is from Captain Action's Ming the Merciless. I am pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my memory is going like that. This, you gotta be careful when you open it because the things fell out and I was like, crap. All right, so I think this came with a female figure from the 21 Toys, the 12-inch figures. And these little guns and stuff are really well made. Yeah, 21st century. So it comes with all the pieces and it goes into her little backpack. So that was pretty cool. All right. Yeah, I probably should have got another container. I didn't realize that's going to probably dump. This, I'm pretty sure, is Gundam Wing's gun. Why it's not with him? I don't know. Sorry, I didn't know I was going to start coughing like this. Why am I coughing? Ooh, I got a cavity. I just know it. This probably goes with a classics. I think it goes with the Hamburger King or the Burger King guy that came with the classics He-Man figures. I'm not sure though, but it kind of looks like the staff that he would carry. I'm not saying he did carry it. Oh, okay, here we go. So save Avian Savage. If you pop on, I'll show this again, but this is my Wicked Witch doll from my childhood. And her rubber band's still on there. I can't believe that. I figured by now it crumbled to pieces. I tried to use Catwoman. This is Catwoman's panties, I guess you would say. Since my Catwoman's rubber band snapped, you never want to twist them so much. Like I used to like twist them and make them do the vortex attack. She's got blood in her mouth because she was like all kinds of things. She was Savage She-Hulk for a while. Then I guess I got blood in her mouth because I wanted to make her like she was a vampire. But yeah, this is my childhood Mego Wicked Witch doll. She's from 1972, it says on the back. Well, obviously they did. I think they made them after that, but the body was from 72. Back then, the necks were connected down at the actual base, not at the head like the newer Megos. And she's got clay in her hands because I used to play with clay a lot, make things out of clay. And she's trying. I guess I was trying to put an outfit on her from. I think this is from that. What's it called? Golden Girls. It was kind of like She-Ra, but better. And that ain't no joke. I'm being for real. I hated She-Ra, but I loved Golden Girls. All right, this suit again was cool. So let me put it over to the side. All right, stickers. I don't know where these go to. I think they might go to those Robotech things. Don't know. I know what most of this goes to. That's why I picked this stuff out. Plus, I wanted it. If you've ever seen Captain Action, this is the Green Hornet's gun. If I can get it out, this is very sticky. The Green Hornet's gun for the 12-inch figure. But I have two of these, and I don't remember having two Green Hornets. So did Kato also carry a gun? Because I don't remember. All right, here's Gamera 1965. I don't know what this card came with, but if you speak Japanese or read Japanese, let me know. It's P01 1965. That's about all I can read. Gamera. So if you can read Japanese, let me know what that card is from. This is from the Green Lantern Jet. I don't know what happened to it, but you can tell that's the Green Lantern logo. All right. I remember vaguely what this came from. I remember it was a figure that was kind of like He-Man, and you can actually turn his head around and have two different faces. That's my memory. I could be completely wrong. Let me know if you remember what this hood goes to, because that's why I was like, it's one of those mysteries I have to figure out. I have a bunch of body parts that go to a model kit that's somewhere in here. It's one of those, candy toys, Caballo toys. Here is a phaser to probably a 12-inch of the Star Trek figures. Anytime I get Star Trek weapons, I'm going to take them out. Here is a helmet to those 10-inch Marvel Universe or Marvel figures. I thought the helmet was super cool. I'd wanted to use it for something else. Now, Chat May. I know a lot of people like Chat May and some people don't. You got to admit, the guns, no matter what you think of them, the guns are freaking cool. It's clear, but it's painted, and that is amazing. I love this gun. There's a matching gun here somewhere that's a little bit smaller. Like, you can tell it belongs to the same, line. I didn't find the left boot. This is the left boot, maybe. Hold on. Let me put it. No, this is the right boot. So I couldn't find the left boot to the Neo-Henshin Cyborgs. But they came with different armor. Like, someone came with boots. Someone came with a chest plate, which is in here somewhere. Now, this looks like Time Force's sword or something. It definitely looks like Power Ranger sword. Who knows what sword this is, because I'd like to find out. Speaking of Green Hornet, there's Green Hornet's mask. I didn't do a good job of cleaning everything, evidently. I thought I cleaned most of the stuff before I brought it in, because I was constantly cleaning out there. This looks awfully familiar, and I cannot figure out what it's from, but I could tell it goes on something, like a hand, you put it on somebody's hand. But I can't remember it. I think it's a Power Ranger thing. It's TM and DC. So if this is a DC toy, I don't know what it's from. Made in China. It says comics, so I guess it's a comic, but I don't remember any. Oh, you know what it could be from? It could be from that Steel collection that they made for a while there. It could be from... I can't remember an action figure that had this with it, like in particular. Anybody remember what this is from? Because I'm thinking it's DC Comics now, because it says over here DC, and then on this side it says Comics. But I swear that says 1975, and I know it's not that old. Could just be that the character was 1975. But I don't know. It reminds me like it could be Cyborg, but I never remember Cyborg having pipes coming out like that. I don't know. I can't remember this from. This is a Playmobil figure. I was hoping to find all the pieces. I couldn't find the arms. I found the head, the face, and the legs somewhere in here. But it looks like Tron, doesn't it? That's the reason I wanted to find it. I think that came in a bag and it was incomplete. I was like, dang it. This is where you change the mask. That's what it was. I was like, it's not a helmet, because you can't put a face under that. But if I unscrew that stuff, I bet you I could do something. Or else I can make it as part of a head if I can just get a round part of the back of the head. But yeah, I had these. I don't know what happened to them. This went to a knockoff of Bioman or something. Like the Japanese Sentai superhero Megazords, whatever. Alright, so that goes to one of those. I want to say this is a thigh. Like it goes on the upper thigh or something of a action figure. I don't know who though. There's so many mysteries in here, but the pieces were too cool to just leave. Like anytime I found a sword that had paint on it, I was like, man, I want to know what this is. Because if you put paint on, that means you care. Now, if you didn't put paint on it and I still like it, that means it's super good. And then here's the, those 21st century figure hands. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping all the hands because I can use them. Here's not the head. This is not the head that goes with this one, by the way. The head that goes with this one is clear. So sometimes they misput the wrong pieces in there. It could have been like that. This, I want to know what the heck this is. It looks like that, what is his name? Churu or whatever, T'Challa or whatever gun. And it looks like something that the Horde would carry, but way more creepy. I don't know what this is. And I thought at first this was a broken ruler, but it actually isn't. It's got 6 inches on one side, and it starts with centimeters at the 6-inch mark. So if it was broken, it'd be at 15 centimeters there. All right, some of this stuff, I'm pretty sure that this is a Transformers gun, but I can't figure out who it came with. I couldn't remember, but I'm like, this looks so familiar. It could be a Microman thing too, because you know they're both by Takara. Takara. Oh, and I found an old, like almost bootleg. This was before the Mega Constructs got a hold of this property because they did have some. I remember some knockoff of the Terminator figures, Lego type things, and this is one of the knockoff ones. I think it was like I can't remember some company that made them, and then somehow or another somebody else got. Oh, here's something. All right, so there's a guy named Paul Knapp or Knapp. I was telling him that I had some old plastic figurines, and I don't know what scale they are. They're about an inch tall. They're from Egyptian things. This is one of them I found. I have another one here too. I don't know where the sarcophagi are. That was the reason I really want them, not because of a woman that's holding her stomach. Yeah, whatever. All right, here's some treasures again. I think this goes to, and if I'm wrong, let me know. They fight by light. Something it's one of those visionaries. That's it. I'm not saying illuminator or something. That doesn't make sense. Visionaries. I think this is a visionaries helmet, but I could be wrong. It's hard to remember all this stuff, but that looked pretty cool. Here's another one of his cards. And I think these came in a magazine. I used to get Japanese magazine. I'm trying to get it the correct way. It's Go Kin Deuter. I definitely don't have any toys like that. And if you know some Japanese, right there it is. Oh, speaking of Chapmay, here's a Chapmay glitter sword. I like this a lot. It's not like your traditional lightsabers. It's like much more Christmas tree looking. But I like that sword. That's pretty cool. And look, I'm actually the Phantom, and you just don't know it. But no, I love these rings because I used to put them on the action figures' faces like they were a mask. All right. All right, this is Titus's sword, except it's missing the thing on the end. But Titus from Final Fantasy. And here is a sword from something called, something with Lego in it. Bionicles. Here's a really tiny, and I don't even know if this is like actually for an action figure so much as it is like a Lego type figure. Like they made some Lego-ish looking figures for what is it? The Mega Constructs ones. Not even the Mega Constructs at the time. They were a lot less. I am pretty sure that whenever they finally moved to the more kiddie version of, I think I got one of them just to check them out, and I hated it. It was like a shampoo bottle. Max Steel. I think this is a Max Steel gun. It could be something else, but it definitely screams Max Steel to me with that clear blue piece. Here's some more of that body part. Oh, and I definitely have the helmet thing on him somewhere. This is from Raph from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is one of those really cool and extremely hard to find now. They were like Japanese superheroes kind of thing, like samurai superheroes. I just know that they turn from a skinnier looking person, and then you can flip them around a little bit and made him into the more fat original turtle figure. I love these. I hope I have them. I remember for the longest time I had this robot that was so cool, but his head was so freaking ugly. And then one day I saw somebody that had the exact same robot, but he had a different head. And I was like, how'd you do that to your thing? I don't know if he told me, if I figured out, oh my gosh, this comes off and there's a smaller head underneath because his head looked so big and oversized for the body it was on. The thing was that my robot connected to like some trains or some other things to make it into a bigger robot, which is what this head was supposed to be saved for. I am pretty sure this is a Skeletor gun. All right. There was a series of action figures in America that I don't remember what it was. It was some kind of bunch of little armored looking guys, like, and they rode on motorcycle-ish looking things. They had these weird weapons that you put on their hands, and I'm pretty sure that's what it went to. I never did find the top for this. Here is a Stormtrooper helmet. It's pretty old. I don't know if it's the original 12-inch one. I think they didn't have helmets that came off. So I'm wondering if this was like the Luke Skywalker one. I don't know. I've had this forever. It needs a good cleaning. Oh, okay, so swords. This one has blood spackle on it, but this one's a beautiful looking sword. As you know from anything you've ever seen of mine, I freaking love swords. I like melee weapons over guns any day. I know it's not as effective, but I just think it's a gentleman's weapon. I just always like swords the way they look. All right, speaking of weapons that are long-distance weapons, this is from ZAP, Zero Area Patrol, or in Japan it was called Cyber Cop, I think is what it was called. But it was kind of like in America when the Power Rangers things hit, they started importing everything that was even remotely related or looked like it. And I remember getting these at KB Toys, and I thought they were absolutely amazing. I didn't even, at the time, I hated Power Rangers, I remember clearly, and I just didn't care. I thought they looked nothing like Power Rangers. I thought they looked more like, I don't know, like Ultraman-ish looking, sort of. And I do have this is from, oh, I forgot his name. They got names that are very, not, they were probably got in trouble because they might have been copyrighted, like, not like so much as like Wonder Woman or whatever, but I can't remember. I just know that I think his name is Blastar. But anyway, this was like a shoulder cannon. It did all kinds of other things. I wasn't too into the weapons. I just thought the figures were cool. I do have one of his things that goes on the side of his head. Oh, here's the Tron-looking Playmobil figures head. I thought it was clear, but the visor is clear. I just don't have the innards to him, but I could cannibalize another one. All right, so those out there who are my age remember these very well. I know some of you are like in your 30s and you probably don't remember these. Color forms. I think this came with either Garfield. It looks like it's more Garfield's. But it could have came with, I do have some Happy Days ones in here somewhere. Oops. So I did find a few color forms when I was out there. Oh, speaking of Garfield, here's the Garfield one. It says Nap Attack. Trying to get stuff out as I show it. That's definitely what Garfield. Now, they weren't trimmed that short. They had a lot of extra left over, but I really hated that as a kid, so I actually got my scissors out and trimmed them down as best I could. I didn't want to trim it too much right here in the little bubbles. These things, they did these for a while, and I thought, I don't know what they are, but they're kind of cool. They're like coins in a way, like credits on another planet. First edition, Topps Star Wars, but I don't know what they are. They're like, here's the power coins or whatever that came with the figures for a while. This is the Boba Fett animation debut. And there's this. So there's two different things, and I don't think these came with them or they came. I remember they came in packs. This was a mystery to me. Either it was Brainiacs. I'm pretty sure this is Brainiacs, and I have a few of them from one of those Brainiacs that was really weird. Now, this hockey stick, I think this belonged to either Action Jackson, or it may have belonged to, it says HK on it for Hong Kong. Big Jim is what I think it belongs to. I know I had a hockey outfit that I bought for either Big Jim or one of those action figures back then. This is the Calamari shield. I just think it's cool because it looks like a trilobite. I have the front and back piece to the He-Man from the new series. Oh, okay. These were amazingly cool. They went on such a cheap price, like 3 for $5 or whatever. And the rubber band's still not snapped on, which is kind of shocking. But what you did was you had this thing you put into the back and you slammed it. It's like it was like a psh, psh, and you slammed it. And these ones, if you had a flat floor, not carpet, these would go flying across the floor. And if you went after another person, whoever's got the upper hand, it would hit the front. I don't think it's going to do it because this rubber band's been stretched out every time. All right, but it would pop this and it would make it jump off of there, and it means that you won that round. But yeah, you see where that little overhang is? You gotta put that in front of the rubber bands, and then kind of click it into place. See what the little arrow tells you to go. I had it right for about 5 seconds there. Now I can't get it right back in there. Maybe I got, oh, I'm backwards. Okay, it's that thing is what you have to do it to. I was like, it's not doing it. I know it jars it, so there. It's on the other thing, that's what I'm thinking of. Because when you goes forward, that releases the rubber band's tension, which is not got tension right now because it's so old. It's just, this is like from the 90s. I definitely remember this from the 90s. And I think it was made by the people that made Hot Wheels or something. Nope, it's made, well, yeah, I guess so. It's Mattel, 1992. I don't remember what these were called, though, but they were so cool looking.
I wouldn't say with this much. I guess they were fun if you were a kid, but in 1992, I wasn't technically a kid. I guess I was having my second childhood then. Let's see. What is the other thing I want to show? Oh, I got to clean this off. But look at that. This is the rubber mask that goes on. It's the good guy who wants to, pretend like he's one of the bad guys. So it's, I think it's Agent Faces was his name. It was back toward the end of the 12-inch era for G.I. Joes. And they were starting to make them have molded on clothes, which I hated so much, except for a few. Like the skin tight outfits, that was fine because, if you're underwater, it makes a little bit more sense. But, I mean, it doesn't look right when they're molded on clothes. The reason you get a 12-inch figure is so you can actually have outfits that look more realistic. Otherwise, I would just go and go with the 3 3/4 inches. That's why you had 2 scales back then. Now they're trying to do that 6-inch scale, and I'm like, yeah, no. All right. So I think this was Agent Faces when you want to be Zartan. Now, I like it because I have other things that can disguise themselves. Like, this is the Neo-Engine Cyborg bad guy, and his name is Walter, King Walter. And he's not a robot like Neo-Engine Cyborg. He's an alien that has a mask that looks like a human, sort of. This is his inside. All right, so these were from Japan, and I like these a lot. My friend in Japan sent them to me, a few of them, and got me hooked on them. Now, this came with one of my, I want to say, it was definitely one of the super robots back in the day. And you have the 2 hands right here, you put them on here, and you act like he's shooting 2 rays that become intertwined. I really never understood how that would be possible. All right, we got a few cards here we can look at real quick. I can get them to come off the side. Some of them are not going to come off the side. So this is a Jenny catalog. Jenny, don't forget my number. There's Sandy Andy. Right. There's Marcus Wright. So if you want Mr. Wright, there you go. Ultra tough but not without feelings and a conscience. Marcus Wright is a mysterious being who wakes up in the middle of a nightmare world. Terminator Salvation. I gotta go watch that again because I've forgotten it. All right, so we got this little galactic card. Let's look at the Genie booklet real quick. It says Ellie on the front. So is it just Ellie's in here? Oh, the cowgirl's kind of cool. That looks like the nanny right there. Mr. Shanfield. All right. And anything else I absolutely have to show you right now because I am tired. I'm about to fall asleep here. I'm boring myself to sleep. I can't remember what that goes to, but I had a bunch of those, and I like to put things on them. Here's the He-Man shield. These were like toys that you give out at parties. I got them because I wanted to fix maybe some of my Shogun Warriors with them. I had some broken Shogun Warriors. This was a Build-A-Figure Saiyan figures back in the day. Back when they were doing the Zodiac Knights or Knights of the Zodiac. Here's the back of that. Oh, here's something I was hoping that you would remember. All right, Mr. Bones. Yeah. Oh, I got a real skeleton in there. Not a real one, but you know what I'm saying. It's not a candy one. So I remember we had candy in those back in the day. Here's an arm to that model kit. I need to get the model kit together. All right, what do these go to? Because I feel like they go to the jets, like the Seekers, but they seem like they would fire, but oh, okay, there it goes. It released it. I feel like this goes to a Seeker jet, but they don't quite look like them, but they do at the same time. Here's the Mohawk that goes in that dude, the little Build-A-Figure, not Build-A-Figure, little buildable figure. And what did this crown go to? I got stuff and I'm like, I don't know what goes to. Now this goes to those little Mega Bloks figures. I just thought it was a very weird little weapon. This is from my childhood. I had a bunch of these when I was a kid. I still have them around here somewhere, like. But thanks to Gojitron, I got some of the modern remakes of them in a totally different color palette. Mine's were like pink, green, and gray or silver was the ones I had. This definitely is Micro Man. There's a few other ones here. I have definitely going to make some smaller videos to asking questions about some of this stuff. Some of the stuff I know what it is. Some of the stuff I'm like, I don't remember what it is. At first I couldn't figure out, I know what those are, but I'm like, I don't know what the coins are. That's what I can't figure out. And what is that? But that's definitely from a Zoids figure. One of the more expensive ones. Like this. This looks like something like a component piece, but I'm not sure what it went to. Feels like there was tubes going on this part. Yeah, who knows what that wing went to. I had this little married couple all my life. And this looks like it goes in, it's a chest plate for something, but it's really like a missile. I don't understand what that is. And look at this Thundercat sword. I didn't know the sword of omens became a scimitar. Here's one wing I found in this. All right, what does this go to? Because it's not a Lego figure, but it kind of looks like it went with it. I can't remember, but it's very small. Here's a Neo Henshin Cyborg hand. They had, the second series had these hands. They were actually called Henshin Cyborgs, not Neo Henshin Cyborgs. They were Henshin Cyborg 99s because they were made in 1999. They had magnet arms and stuff. I didn't like them as much. They also had two different types of hands you can slide into them. I didn't like those hands as much either. Nice painted weapon. Oh, speaking of scimitars, this went with a hawk bird that I used to pretend like was my personal transformer that I piloted. It turned into a blue hawk. I forgot what it was called, but it was part of the Avians or something. It was a very well done knockoff transformer line. I think I painted little purple dots on it one time. But yeah, I definitely want that bird again. Mine eventually broke. Oh, here's the front. There's the back. Do I have two backs? There's some swords. I'm like, what the heck is this sword? Some of this stuff, I'm wondering if it's Battle Beast, but it looks so big to be Battle Beast. There's a few weapons like this looks like a Battle Beast weapon, but I'm not sure. I need to do some Google Glass. And thanks for the thumbs up. Somebody popped in, give me a thumbs up, and pop back out. I don't know what this is, but it's adorable. It's just cute. This, I'm not quite sure what it is. I know what it is. I just don't know what it goes to. But it's probably Star Wars, but it's kind of cool for something I'm thinking I can use it for. Here's the Build-A-Figure Saint Saiyan. Some books. I'm just trying to find out if there's something else I really wanted to share tonight. This went with the VR Troopers, the bad guy that had 3 or 4 swords in his back. This is cool. I can't remember what this went with, though. Like you grab onto something, and then watch. It pulls it back in. That's pretty cool. This went with the Sigma 6 figures. The little cases they come with. But I think the most exciting thing that I found, this goes with Changeron. The bootleg Changeron that I bought, not knockoff. There's a difference between knockoff and bootleg. I didn't know it was a bootleg. I just saw it at the flea market. It was this gold and silver figure that was cool looking. And he came with a motorcycle, and the motorcycle transformed into his armor or robot or something. A robot psychic. It was like very cool. This is his arm piece. Then, thanks to the internet, I found out that it was Changeron, and I got the Changeron one. I don't know what this goes to, but it definitely looks like it's belonging to a pirate. And I'm pretty sure that this is Zartan's sword from the Mohawk Zartan that I have. Because I got that one new at Toys R Us one time. Got some Pokemon cards in here. Alright, so... that's from the Egyptian set. I did find one other piece of my Egyptian set. This is the weirdest gun. What the heck is this? Yeah. Dominoes. I just thought they looked like cool tiles. Ron, this is me going through about 4 or 5 crates, and this is the stuff that I brought in so I can either identify it or keep it to use. So treasures. The most exciting thing, and I'm a little bit afraid to pick it up now because the bags are actually dusting. I don't even know if you can see through them. They're so dusty. I found my two of my Super Joe figures. This is my original Darkon. I don't know if you can see them in there. The joints turned to dust, and I had to put them in body bags, basically. This one, I know that the crumbling dust is coming out. This is Shield. He's got a like a robot looking head and arm, and yeah, there's pieces falling out of it. So I gotta take them out. I guess wash all this. I didn't know they were getting all over the place when I was going over them earlier. That's the most exciting thing I found today, because I'm so elated that somebody actually went through the trouble of making those again. So I'm very happy that we're now getting modern versions of them, kind of like, you know, the He-Man figures they're making now. That's a cool gun. There's a lot of cool weapons in here. I don't know what they go to. Like this one, it's got pink on it, but it's so cool. I don't know what it is. I know it's a gun, but I don't know what kind of gun who it belongs to. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out what all this stuff is. Here they are. They're finally together. They're both back pieces. That's so strange. I got 2 back pieces that go to the He-Man thing. The New Adventures of He-Man. I don't remember having 2 figures of it. And like things like this. This is Micro Man stuff right here, definitely. This is the tactile armor or whatever they called it. And then these are the little balls that came with the Acreditar figures. Some of this stuff I absolutely know what it is. Some of this stuff I'm like, I wish I knew what it is because it's really cool. I need to put this figure together. I keep finding him. Like this. I'm pretty sure this went with one of those Final Fantasy figures. I think the hilt is broke off. It's like a really cool looking sword though. Oh my gosh. A lot of those weapons are He-Man. Yeah, probably. The pink one is a female character that was... What was her name? I don't know. I don't remember the pink one being again. All right, guys. I know exactly what this is. Who else knows what this is? Let me give you a hint. Secret Wars. Secret Wars from Marvel. All right. So this is the Falcon's sidekick. He didn't have any action features, but he came with this. So I had Falcon for a long time ago, a billion years ago. I'm pretty sure this goes to a bigger green gun that belongs to Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, my 12-inch figure. Yeah, like I said, there's... Like this one, this looks so doggone familiar, and there's hair all over it. Like this looks so familiar, I can't remember who it goes to. It's a Transformer, I can tell, but I just don't remember which one it goes to. Somebody remember that? Like the little things right there, maybe that can give a hint. I just wish I could remember. And like this looks like a Battle Beast weapon, but it looks so big, but they could have been oversized. Now this looks like it belongs to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shoulder pad for his the Super Mikey or the Super whatever. Like maybe the robot one they had. I definitely wanted. I had the Exo Squad ones. And this definitely goes to robot. Yeah, so what I'm gonna have to do is take a lot of Google Glass things. Like this was probably a Transformer thing. Yeah, so at the beginning you missed it. Also, this is my She-Hulk, which was really the Wicked Witch from the... this is my Mego Wicked Witch. I can't believe that she's still in one piece. I thought her rubber band would wear out a long time ago. I think I was trying to get a dress on her and I couldn't get her arms to go through the thing. And the dress was from Golden Girls, which was like She-Ra, but better. That's true. These are the ones I want to keep. Now, do I have ones out there I don't want to keep? Absolutely. There's a lot of realistic looking guns that I don't care about as much. Oh, speaking of the Wicked Witch, are you a good witch or bad witch? This is the Glinda's, wand thing. Can't believe this thing is still alive. I thought it'd be broken too by now. That's from Mego also. But yeah, you said this is from a He-Man figure? I don't see it. 'Cause that round handle right there makes me think this is a Transformers, but I don't remember a Transformer with a pink gun like that. At least not an old one. I just don't know. And plus, it's really well painted. Most of the time, Transformers didn't paint it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But the roundness to it, yeah. I know I definitely got some He-Man stuff in here like this. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Oh, here's the butt plate. For some reason, my Henshin Cyborg Gaiagar came with 2 butt plates. And I'm like, what? I hate when that stuff happens, because when you buy stuff from Japan, it's not like you can just turn around and take it back. Yeah, I love He-Man. Until the cartoon came out, then I hated it. So, do you know anything about the Brainiac? Because this looks like one of his tentacles from one of the Brainiacs. It's bendy. You can tell there's even a wire coming out of it. But the one that has like about 4 of these in his back or something, that's what it looks like. And it could be for something else, but I don't know. And I think this is the disc that went inside of my Apocalypse's chest. So I had the Apocalypse back in the day, and I got a new Apocalypse recently, so I might put it in his chest and find out. Oh, a screwdriver. Good. And then we got Cobra Commander's helmet. Cobra. For the rest of them is, I don't know. Like I said, this is like all the stuff at the bottom of those containers. I just went through a lot of it outside. It was starting to get cold outside. Now this went to one of the G.I. Joe figures. I can't remember which one. Going up, it's Brainiac's tentacle. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's a weird Brainiac that didn't look like any of the other ones that I had, and the tentacles come off pretty darn easy. So I think this is from Slice and Dice, or I don't know. It's one of the G.I. Joes from when they did the ninja things. And I also have the blue sword for, what is his name? The guy's Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero. I have one of his swords in here. It's definitely not this one. Oh, here's a Zoids pilot. This is a part of an Exo Squad suit. No, I do have 2 of those in here. This is definitely not one. This is definitely from G.I. Joe. I do have 2 party swizzles. I was going to talk about them when I got to them and say, every time my mom went out to the Groovy Club when I was a kid, she'd always bring me back something. It wasn't an alcoholic drink because I was a kid, but she'd always bring back one of those swords. I used to use those, you can use them in party trays, but she'd always get the little drinks with the umbrellas and the swords and bring me back the umbrellas and swords. And the umbrellas would always fall apart pretty easy. But I do have 2 of those swords in here somewhere. I don't see them. They're so hard to get to. They're so small. This goes to a robot that's right up there in a plastic container from Danger, Will Robinson Danger, the 1999 movie, which I loved. I love that movie. That's the thing that comes out of his arm. And you can put something else in there. Wish they just had a place to put it so I wouldn't lose it during the process. And this is a virus. I'm not sure what it went to, though. Like I said, I'm just trying to go through and figure out what all this stuff goes to. I know what this goes to, but it goes to those zaps. It's one of the things that goes on the end of his arm thing. Like he has a, it's hard to explain. Basically, it goes on his side and it pops up and you stick this in there. I just watched a movie again last month. That movie, which movie? G.I. Joe movie? It would be. I actually enjoyed it more the second time. Some of the movies I had a hard time with the first time are easier to watch now that I've had more time to separate myself from it. Like, because you're so like looking forward to something and then it lets you down, and that's when it's hugely disappointing. Later on, you're like, whatever. Now this went to a magnet. The Robinsons. Oh, Danger Will Robinson. Yes, Lost in Space, the movie from 1999. I loved it when it came out. I actually loved it. This is Legos, but it looks like the Silver Surfer surfboard, so maybe that's what I was going to use it for. I think this is a Transformer one. I got a lot of Transformer guns in here. Some of them I recognize right away, like this one right here. Bam, got it. This goes to a Action Master. I don't remember which Action Master it is. It's either, I'm trying to think. I think it goes to Croc, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it goes to an Action Master because it was cool. You can either use it as a sword or you can use it as a gun. All this dust in here. I did a lot of cleaning outside on this stuff, but I missed a whole lot of dust in here. I had a bunch of these I got from somewhere. I thought they were so cool looking. I don't know. And I got 2 of these wheels. I don't know what they go to, but I better hold on to them. All right, here we go. Here's some more stuff. It's on the edge. William Hurt and I actually share a common grandparent. That makes him for. Who's William Hurt? Not sure who that is. If you've ever seen, there is a bunch of dog soldiers that are 12 inches tall, the Canine Corps. they had one of the guys who created them had a bunch of like test tubes and stuff. I think this went with him. Not 100% sure. I wasn't gonna keep these glasses, but they're pretty cool. The Robinson dad in the movie. Can't remember him. I just remember Joey from Friends was in it. I thought that was hilarious. This almost looks like the Joker's gun. That's how long that thing is. And I remember this because you had another set of arms. I thought these were stupid looking, so I took them off and put the other ones on. I just can't remember what it was. I think it was like Ben 10 or something. Another little cop dude. And this went to a, I want to say Grandizer or one of the Shogun Warrior. They're called super robots in Japan. But it was all gray, and I'm like, I didn't like it at the time. But you know what? I can repaint that thing. Lego helmet. This I don't remember, but this has to be something important because it's painted. I can't remember what that is, but it looks so familiar. Like something from the 70s or something. I don't know, but it's got a lot of detail. This, I didn't know I had this. The Power Rangers Ninja Storm. This is the leader. It's pretty weird. Had no idea they actually made a toy of it. Lightsaber. Some of these lightsabers have metal parts because they had like a magnet in their hand. They did the little force action thing. Transformer sword. Reminds me of one of the Adam Strange. Yeah, kind of like that. Like something old-fashioned looking. This, I think this is a Playmobil sword, but look at that. It's so dang cool. You can see the little face on it. I was like, that sword's cool. I'm pretty sure this is just a stormtrooper. Definitely a Seeker from Transformers. That's one of the shorter bullets. They had two different types of bullets. I didn't like the shorter ones that much. Trying to get the stuff off the siding. Oh, did anybody else have these when you were a kid back in the day? Because when you had to write a whole lot back in the day with a pencil, I'm so glad they let us switch to pens in high school because I hated writing with pencils. They're slow and they were more friction. Pens, I was like, boom, much faster. But this made it a lot more comfortable. I remember I had a bunch of these. So that was one of the things I was wanting to try. Yeah. But here's that gun again. I want to know who that belongs to. And then these things, I don't know what they are, but they're kind of cool. Who's Finn? I thought this was Star Wars. Oh well. I better take them out as a guy. This is definitely from Sigma 6. Oh, and I found one of my Sigma 6 and the giant robot armor today. And I was very happy to find it. There's two of these in here, so this might be the second one. I might have already pulled the other one out, which I'm about to overflow on the table here. But again, I think this is a Battle Beast weapon, but I'm not sure. Here's a different shield. Now this one's a bit bigger, so it goes with a bigger figure, like a 3 3/4 inch. Dude, take a month-long year of vacation. I don't like going anywhere near Europe right now. I'm not a big fan of Europe. Sorry if you're from Europe. I'm just not into it. I think this is a Playmobil sword, but it's just kind of cool. Oh, this goes to a helmet to one of the Biedermann, which is like Bomberman in America. All right. And then this is a Kroyer. And this came from a cartoon. Now, I had the 12-inch figures for it. It was some kind of like Quest for Camelot, I think it was. I found a whole bunch of Star Trek stuff today, too. I was like, yes, I found all my Star Trek stuff I've been looking for. Again, here's that thing, but the missile came out of it. Dagnabbit. All right. I'll beat him on. Oh, really? I didn't think anybody else ever heard of beat him on. I think this is Barbara Gordon's boot from Batgirl. Yeah, I mean, everything's chaotic right now. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm living in a wonderful place. Bionicles. All right, I don't know if I've said this earlier, but nobody was on here earlier, but here's our little guy. I don't know what it's from. And I'm pretty sure this is Medicon shoulder. Here's a pink shield. Very soft. I think this goes to a Kamen Rider. Or something to that effect, but it's very soft. So I guess bullets will bounce off of it. Here is something from the Micronauts. Definitely Micronauts. It's got the wings that go on his hands and the jet boosters that go on his legs. I think this is from the Palisades. I think I left it in the bag because whenever the figure came out of the package, it fell apart. Oh, here's the sword. Okay, so you're talking about the little cocktail swords. This is one of the swords. I like the clear ones better. But yeah, anytime Mom would come home from a bar or whatever, she would always bring me swords and maybe umbrellas. Hey, Big Alabama. So in the 90s, they made some Betamon in Japan, but they got popular and eventually became their own thing outside of Bomberman. Kind of a marble shooting game. Yeah, I never understood the marble shooting game, but I guess it's close you're going to get to, like, the bombing thing. And everybody knows what Biker Mice from Mars are. This is a helmet from one of the original ones. I think the figure's out there somewhere. I remember seeing it. This, I want to say it belongs to a 12-inch G.I. Joe thing. This? I don't remember. It's got good paint on it, though, so it's got to be something. I've had so many weird things over the years. This is definitely from Transformers. I just don't know anything about Armada or something. But I wasn't into the gimmicks. I just wanted robots that transformed into cars. Boots. I have a lot of mismatched boots in here. Here is a weapon that goes to Mortal Kombat. I think this was one of the Scorpion's weapons. I didn't like it. My mom taught me how to sew. Oops. Okay. I own sandbags for G.I. Joes. The 12-inch one's a lot cheaper. Yeah, I actually learned how to sew a shirt when I was a kid. Like a really easy shirt. You just basically cut holes in it when you're done. Nothing special. I have a bunch of Bomberman ones too. Ones that customized, etc. They're super expensive now. Save them on our singular threading. I never learned how to sew on a sewing machine. Mom wouldn't teach me that. I wish I'd learned. This is an arm, and I'm pretty sure it goes to Cyborg. It's like one of Cyborg's arms. Kamen Rider Kuga. Still don't know what this one is, but it's kind of cool. This is definitely a G.I. Joe. I think it's one of the bomber bats or whatever. I think it belongs to that weird toxic thing they started doing. The eco people or whatever. Oh, wow. No, my mom had an electrical one. This looks like a He-Man sword, but it's small and chunky, so I don't know quite know. It looks like that was meant to go on the back of it. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, here's the bullet that came with that thing a while ago. Here it is. So does this go with a Seeker? Because it looks like it goes with a Seeker jet from Transformers. And if you weren't here earlier, if I said this earlier, here's another VR Trooper's sword. It goes with a guy who has swords that pops out of his back. I need to start taking this stuff out, but anyway. Yeah, my butt's getting sore from sitting down so long. Oh, there's a card. Disordered Donatello. Wow. All right, just seeing if there's anything I absolutely got to show other than the most important thing. Oh, here's a Kiss thing. Classic. It could be. So, Kiss, Psycho Circus. I think this belonged to Peter Criss. It was on the action figure. All right, let's see if there's anything else. I definitely got to show because I want to. I can't remember what it goes to. Like, this looks like something for a Green Lantern, but I don't know. Here is, this went with a 9-inch figure that was trying to be like Mego figures. It wasn't Mego, but it was trying to be like one. There's lots of hands in here. Oh, Tinty. I love Tinty. These were like some kind of knockoff Lego type of things. Didn't work with Lego back in the 80s that came out and failed. Probably got sued. There's the legs. All right, here's one more that I think this belongs to Battle Beast. I am pretty sure that's a Battle Beast weapon. If we ever know, like I got all these weapons that look like Battle Beast weapons. I guess I'm the one that's about Battle Beast, it seems like. I just remember I love playing on. All right, so anything else? Oh, I remember this. The figure for this is Apocalypse. They had the stupidest weapons. You had to put these in their chest. When you take the little wings off their chest or whatever, they would shoot out. It was like the weirdest thing ever. I have like 2 of them. Oh yeah, the Snoopy. Yeah. See all that stuff all over it? That's my action figure there where it fell all over him. crumbled all over him. But yeah, I'm going to make maybe some shorter videos of the action figures once I get them out of the bag. I need to wash off all that dust. I also just put this stuff back into the container. I think I went through everything that was imported in here. There's so much junk in here. I just wanted to get everything that was something I knew it went to. Or something like, this is the one thing I don't want. I hate these shoes. They're hideous. I don't know anybody want to wear those in real life. Oh, and here's the other. I had 2 Hot Wheels in there. This and the other one, which was the Snoopy. I think that's the same sword, isn't it? Oh, anybody here play with Big Jim back in the day? Because here's a Big Jim. I think this is a Big Jim hockey stick. I could be wrong, though. I don't know, because I had a lot of different toys that were about that kind of thing. Big Jim, Super Joe, all the, Ego. But I don't remember any of those having... I remember Big Jim having... I definitely had a hockey set for either Big Jim or Action Jacks. So just curious if you remember that at all. As I'm digging stuff out of here, I might find something that I've talked about already. I definitely need to put this to the side. Because right now I'm hitting on my 9-inch stuff more, like the Super Joes and the 8-inch versions of the Sigma 6. So anytime I find that stuff, I want to definitely put it in one place, because that's the stuff I'm really hitting hardcore. And like I said, I am the most stoked about finding Shield and Darkon. I haven't found my Super Joe. And I don't remember my board making it. I think his arm fell off and my mom was like, I'll fix it. And then it disappeared. You know how mom fixes it and you forget about it. And that's when she can throw it away without you worrying about it. And I'm pretty sure that is part of the Max Steel when they started making them into like a little kid and the toys were awful. And this is a Transformer gun. Anybody remember that one? I couldn't find the other boot for this, but this is Neo Henshin Cyborg. Oh, I had a shield up in here somewhere. Anybody remember what this goes to? Because it says DC Comics. I can't figure it out. I was thinking Cyborg or something, but I don't know. That's a mystery to me right there. And anybody here have Visionaries? Was this one of the helmets, or does this go with something else? Because it could be a Flash Gordon helmet. It definitely has more of the traditional looks of that. But it could be a Flash Gordon helmet now I think about it. From the 90s series, but I don't know. So, anyway. So, putting that to the side, because I definitely want to find out some of this stuff is. Anybody here have Titus? I had the 6-inch and the 12-inch version. Here is a Chap May sword. Oh, here's another thing. I'm like, what does this go to? It looks like the Horde Troopers guns, but it also was like T'Chulu or whatever his name is. Where I found more vintage stuff. He's more 50 and I'll be 32 tomorrow. But I found out about the older stuff before I had the internet. Yeah, before the internet, I didn't know my stuff was what it was, some of it. Like, I knew what some stuff was, and then later on I was like, oh, I was right. But some stuff I had no idea. I just made up my own name for it, because I like Darkon. I had no idea. I didn't get him in the box. I got him at a yard sale for like 25 cents. He came in pretty much nothing. Here's Darkon, by the way. You can't really see him through the bag, because the bag is full of dust. And I just called him Green Lightning until I finally figured out what he was, which was after the internet. And here's my She-Hulk, which was the Mego version of the Wicked Witch. Let me keep her out. I want to make like some small videos. Too bad I couldn't find his leg today. Oh, and there was a knockoff Lego company that did these until Mega Constructs got the brand. And by the way, there's 3 people here now. Does anybody actually recognize this? It does kind of like a Flash Gordon / Ming the Merciless, but I don't know. The gun looks very interestingly retro 60s, 50s looking, but I mean, painted to look like that, but it's definitely not made back then, you can tell. Oh, and this is definitely Action Master. All right, so some weapons I'm not putting back in there, and some I'm definitely going to put back in there for now. So I'm definitely going to find out what they belong to, because I got to know. And some of the stuff I already know. Like this, I'm pretty sure that this goes to Skeletor or somewhere in Skeletor's something. I have 2 brothers, each from different decades. I got the Turtles Such from a middle brother and the fake nostalgia for the stuff I don't actually grow up with. Oh, and I had another one of these in there somewhere. I didn't get, it's so small. But I'm going to make a video for Paul Knapp on this thing because this is, he likes these little figures. And I'm like, I have a bunch of Egyptian ones somewhere. That's one of them. There was another here somewhere. It's probably got a fan or something. Yeah, here's another store. I don't know what it belongs to, but I'm pretty sure it's Power Rangers. I just don't know which one. This is a Chapman gun. I remember what it came with. It looks really cool though. Keeping this out. And I had, oh, you know what I also have in here? I was wanting to show off. I have a Bard staff because it came with one of the Dungeons and Dragons figures from the 80s. Oh, well, it's in here somewhere. And by the way, though, there's 3 people on. Do you remember this at all? They had a little thing that you put in the back and you slammed the little thing and it flew across the ground if you had a flat floor and not carpet. For some reason, it didn't work on carpet. Anybody can read Japanese? I think these came with magazines. All right, so some of the stuff I'm keeping over to one side. I think that's a Gundam wing. All right. Any other questions? Because I definitely want to clean off my the stuff I got. What time is it? Where's my phone at? Oh, it's right in front of me. Can't read the time right now. All right, well, thanks for those who came out to join me. Oh my gosh, I've been sitting here for an hour. No wonder my butt's like screaming, help, I'm in pain. All right, well, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Look and see if there's any last questions. All righty. 5 EST. Huh. Wow. Later. All right, later, skaters. See ya.